and this is Sea Life.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to our channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you've come from another channel, please let us know. I'm so glad to have had some shout outs, and I'm just so glad to have every one of you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And today is a special day. We're going to make a special meal like we do every Friday. We try to make a special meal, and I'm going to share today Swiss steak. And this is an easy crock pot Swiss steak that goes fairly quickly to put together. So you want it in the crock pot for 3 hours, so you want to start a little early. The first thing you're going to need is something to pound your meat out with, or you could just poke it with a fork, you know, but just something to tenderize the meat just a little bit. I'm just going to beat it out, and then I'm going to dredge it in flour. Once I get them all beat out, I've got a few steaks here, and we're just going to, you know, just a little bit. You don't have to do a whole lot of this. We're going to dredge them in flour, and then we're going to sear them on the stove. Just for a quick sear. And I'm going to add a little seasoning to my flour. I'm going to add some of that Montreal Steak. I love that seasoning, and especially for anything steak. This has been an amazing week. We've had a new arrival on the farm, so if you haven't had a chance to see the new babies, check out that last video, because we had a really cute little lamb. And we've done Nathaniel's DC television for his off-grid adventures, and that's good. Now that steak had been brined with a dry brine first. So what I'm going to do is first I've got to add the seasoning. I'm going to add some seasoning, and I'm going to add about a capful. I like to go with capfuls. So I'm going to add a capful of seasoning to this. And Daniel, if you'll hand me a fork or something, that'll work out great. And I'll just mix that seasoning into the flour. Just mix it in. And then I'm going to quickly start dredging this steak. And I'm putting it right back on this board, and then I'm going to take it over there to the stove and sear it real quick. Just a quick little flouring and seasoning. We've also cut some timber down this week and got it hauled to the sawmill, so we'll be sawmilling very soon. Okay, let's take this over here to the stove top. Okay, now I like to sear with a little bit of butter. Just stick these steaks right in there. I'm going to do 2 at a time. Now, you're just going to leave them for a little bit until it starts getting a little bit brown on the back. And flip them over. See, just a light sear. Okay. Now, I'm going to prepare my crock pot by putting my vegetables down in the bottom of the crock pot first. And this steak is going to go right over the top of that. So right after it's seared, I'm just going to put it right into the crock pot. I don't know how much you're seeing there. Woo! Might need a little more butter. Remember, butter makes it better. Yeah, we may just leave that butter in there. I don't know, and I do have it up very high, so we're getting a sear on it real quick. And this just causes the flavors to just envelop that meat. Now this is going to be a really flavorful dinner. I'm going to get now mine's going to have some Rotel in it, so I'm going to have a little bit of spicy in there. We're going to have some tomatoey, some spicy, some tomatoey, some smoky, a little bit of smoky with the searing, and buttery. And I think it's going to just fall apart, and this is going to be delicious. This meat is just going to fall apart and be delicious. So that's a light sear on your meat over your vegetables in the bottom of the crock pot. All right, we're just going to put 2 cans of Rotel on top of this. And I had half a cup of tomato paste that I had previously from making a pizza. So I'm going to throw that in there. And I'm just going to give it a little stir. That tomato paste is a little sticky. Okay, so that's your Montreal steak seasoning in your flour, 2 cans of Rotel. Over top of it, I did steamable vegetables. It was what I had in the refrigerator, and I just cut them open and put them in the bottom. And it's broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. And there it is. I am going to add a little bit of water because I needed to clean out this bag. So I'm going to add a little bit, I'd say probably a cup of water to the bottom of it, and I'm going to let it go. So we're going to put the lid on it. We'll put this lid on it, and then we're going to turn it on, and I'm going to turn it on to high for 3 hours. Plugged in. All right, we're set, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have been so kind, and I'll be checking back for you. I'd love to give a shout out, but I haven't looked through to see who I would give a shout out to yet. Last shout out was to Adana's Kitchen. So keep on watching people and supporting others in this YouTube adventure, and y'all have a blessed week.